Hello, everyone. This is Misty. I'm going to be reading to you messages from the Hope Bible by Safeliz Editorial. This is entitled Hope in the Midst of Suffering. Instilling Hope in Sick Children. If coping with a serious illness is difficult for anyone, in the case of children, the situation is even more complicated. Sometimes their relatives make the mistake of not telling them anything or gently misleading them in order to protect them from suffering. Although children may not be able to understand the illness that afflicts them, they do realize that something bad is happening because they notice their family and doctors using certain phrases and doing things related to their illness, even if they do not fully understand what is going on. When explaining to children what is happening to them, one must consider their age. The information that we give them must depend on their level of understanding. Very young kids cannot understand our explanations, but they see the changes that are taking place in their lives, treatments, visits to the hospital, etc. As they do not know what is wrong with them, they react by sleeping poorly, crying, refusing to eat, etc. In these difficult moments, the family's education and religious beliefs play important roles. This is the time to transmit to the children our trust in God and clearly communicate to them a message of hope and divine assistance. We must convince them to fully cooperate with the healing forces that God has put in their own bodies, along with the medical and health interventions. Our own example will be a determining factor in the child's attitude. The little patient will unconsciously reflect our own hope or fears. It is advisable to inform them as soon as possible about the problem in simple language, even if they may not understand it. This must be done in the most positive way possible. For example, you can say, "Doctors have discovered that you have a tumor, and they will remove it so that it does not get bigger. This medication will help you feel better. We are going to be with you at all times, and we are sure that Jesus will be by your side during the surgery and the entire treatment." Children should always be able to express how they feel, what they miss, what hurts them, what they wish to do without being told they are wrong to do so. That is why you have to allow them to ask questions or favors. Show affection by giving hugs, reading to them, or playing with them when they want to. It is very important for them to know that they must allow the doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, etc. to help them. Everyone supports their well being. If they suffer from a long term illness, we must try as much as we can to ensure that their lives are as close as possible to the kind of life before the illness. They must still have games, homework, books read to them, birthday parties, Christmases, etc. Sick children must realize that no one expects them to be stronger than they can be at that moment. Do not judge them for their reactions to pain. If they are more fragile and irritable than normal, let us be more tolerant than ever. God is patient with us all, and He wants to help us to be the same with the sick.